Hey everybody, how's it going today? It is me, Captain Energy, and today we're taking a look at the Yamaha SEQTRAK once again. Today we're going to do something very, very different with this unit. We're going to do something that has not been done, to the best of my knowledge, by anybody, which is we're going to take this thing in a direction that SEQTRAKs have never gone. And that direction is we're going to do some rock music with it. I'm starting a new series right here today called Does It that's the series kind of title, but it's Does It Rock, basically, is the question. And the reason I'm doing this series is because it seems as though certain instruments get kind of, regardless of their sound generation capabilities, get pigeonholed into a certain genre of music because of the way they look, because of one thing or another. And I just think that certain tools, especially something like the SEQTRAK, really has a much wider appeal than what people are understanding or getting just looking at it. Looking at it, it looks like a DJ type device, right? It looks like something you would use as a DJ. It's got all these knobs and buttons, and it's very clicky and clacky, and it's it definitely has that vibe that it would be something that you would make techno or house or trance with, or that type of music, right? When you look at it, you don't think classical music. You don't think polka. You don't think Irish, hard step music like reels and that type of thing, or country music. So I want to kind of take this in a direction that shows that this device is more capable than people are giving it credit for in that aspect. So first, what I did today was I took a drum kit that I had on another device, basically, and I tweaked it up over there, and then I sampled it, and then I took all those samples and I brought them in here to the SEQTRAK. Now, how I did that was just literally recording wave files and then chopping them up in WaveLab. Steinberg WaveLab is one of my audio editing tools that I like. And I chopped it up in there. And I took all the samples and I brought them over here and dropped them in, then mapped them all out. And they're in the right slots and all that. Now, the cool thing is at the end of this, I'm going to give you a link to the project. You can download it. You'll get this drum kit. It took me a good part of Friday and Saturday. It's just a lot of work I'm putting into this stuff and just giving it away. Maybe I'll even put this as a donation piece. If you want to donate a few dollars of my coffee, I'd appreciate it. But, all right, so here we go. Let's take a look at this drum kit. First, typically on the drum kits on the SEQTRAK, before version 2, we had only 7 pads or 7 channels for drums. But in version 2, we have 7 channels or 7 drums per channel, right? So we can have all 7 drums right here on channel 1 if we want to. Well, what I did was I took advantage of that and said, well, if we can have 7 drums on channel 1, why not put 7 on channel 1, 7 on channel 2, and 7 on channel 3? And then we can have 21 total drums. That's a lot of drum sounds, a lot of capability right there, just mapped right there for you. And we still have 6 AWM synthesizers and an FM. That's insane. We've got incredible power here, guys. So what I did, let's go over here. Let's hit this one here. Jump on to the first 7 drums. Here we'll see I got a kick, a second kick. Okay, we got a flat just kick with kind of like a snare and kick together. Here we have our snare drum. I said snare. I meant a hat and kick together. Okay, there's my snare. Here are my toms. All right. Get a nice crash. We go to the second one here. Here we have open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, 3 different sounds of closed hi-hat. Got a clap, tambourine, shaker. Third one. Now this is the one that has the least number of new samples because I only had 16 samples on the drum kit that I had. So I've got a ride here and I got a side stick. Now what I didn't have was a cowbell. I didn't have a cowbell on that drum kit at all. So I went through the sounds that were already built into the SEQTRAK and I found 5 different cowbells I liked. This one's an open kind of cowbell sound. Here's a nice muted kind of cowbell. Another kind of muted cowbell. Kind of open, but a little less open. and a very flat cowbell, like a very muted cowbell. So these are all just right here to use as you see fit. They're part of the SEQTRAK, so there's nothing to them. There's no, the samples that are in here I generated and edited. All right, so these two channels I didn't do anything to. They're just whatever they were. I just didn't touch them. I could just set them for AWM just for the sake of future projects, I suppose. The next sound here is this one that's kind of like a muted guitar sound that I liked. I tweaked it a little bit, gave it a little reverb. Here we have our backing or accompanying guitar sound that I used. You notice it doesn't ring out very long, but all right. And then we have up here my bass, which is a very round kind of, I'm going to put this in key mode here. It sounds like a real bass. And then we have our last instrument, which is right here. And this one's kind of a lead. And I've got that one set as a solo instrument or mono instrument, so you can do tapping, holding down one key and then this. Now if we bring this all together, let me let you hear the drum pattern I put together here. Sounds kind of rockish, I think. Here's the bass. And here comes the muted guitar. I might get rid of some of that reverb on there, delay rather. There we go. Is that background guitar, that like accompaniment? That's the lead. And that's basically it. I mean, I think it sounds pretty good. I don't know if you think it sounds pretty good, but as far as doing rock music on the SEQTRAK, though it may not look like a rock station per se, it may not look like it's meant for rock music. I think you can do a pretty good job of doing rock music with it. What do you guys think? You think this is this series is kind of you know good idea, or do you not like this idea? I've got some other genres I wanted to conquer, like country music. And I was thinking maybe of Irish step music or Irish folk music, maybe old time folk music, maybe who knows, polka, classical music. We might try some other genres here as well. But you can basically do any kind of music you want with the SEQTRAK, in my opinion, as long as you can find a way to fit it into the 4x4 grid. That's the one thing here that that's a little challenging in some ways, is that you're locked into that type of grid. Other than that, it's wide open. So I don't know. I think I can do pretty much any kind of music I'd want to do on this thing. And the sound library that's built in the AWM library is enormous. Once you start looking at it, there are a ton of guitars in there and a bunch of other instruments that I'm pretty sure most people haven't really looked at, because you do what I do on most instruments. You find the ones you like and you just go. But sometimes if you dig a little bit, you'll find other uses for an item. And I think that this SEQTRAK has got quite a few other uses. Now, one thing I noticed, a couple people asking for a way to play it so that it doesn't stop and you can sequence and whatever with it. I generally don't sequence a lot on here. I do a lot of like live stuff like I just did there with it. Where I'm just controlling knobs and changing the patterns. Occasionally that bites me where I bump into the wrong knob or the wrong pattern, because you have to be kind of quick with it, know where you're going. If you want to go down 2 patterns, jump down 2, you have to kind of know you're going to be able to just jump right down there or jump up, back, whatever. But, that's just my way. Yeah, so let me know what you thought in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and throw me a like. Share it with your friends. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know if you think that this series is a good idea. And if there's a genre of music you want to hear done on here, let me know. And I'll happily take a look to see if it's something I can pull off. I don't think I can do death metal, but who knows, Let me know what you're looking to hear, and I'll see what I can come up with, all right? I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. Have a great day. Bye for now.